Basketball might just be another sport that you watch on TV. Perhaps some of you might play it recreationally. You see, for me, basketball was more than just a sport. It taught me and shaped me into the person that I am today. Let me explain. It all started when they built a half-court basketball court in my neighborhood back in Malaysia. And at the time, I had never touched a basketball ever in my life. And I was about 15 years old at the time, and I was walking with my sister. We were hanging out in the park, and we decided to go check it out. And when we went, there were a few kids playing basketball, and a kid about this height challenged me to a one-on-one match. And I learned the rules pretty quickly, right? It was pretty simple. Get the ball in the basket. Don't dribble after you stop your dribble. Don't take more than 2 steps after you finish dribbling. Things like that. It's pretty simple. And I played one-on-one with this kid, and I got annihilated. Right? There was no mercy shown whatsoever. I got destroyed. Right? I probably didn't score a single point. And I went home that day, and although I got completely destroyed by this kid who was probably 5 years younger than I was, I had a whole lot of fun. So the next day I decided to go by myself to the same basketball court to play again. But the next day, the scenery was completely different. Right? The next day when I went, it was about 5:30 in the evening, and that was when the big boys came. Right? That was when people my age, people in high school, that's when they came, and I thought, hey, can I join you? And I swear, in that 2 hours of playing basketball with them, I probably touched the ball once. You see, no one was passing the ball to me because, right, they would rather take a bad shot and have a little chance of making it rather than passing it to me, who will probably miss it every single time. So I would spend 2 hours on the basketball court, and I would never have an opportunity to even play. And it made me feel pretty sad. And I went home that day, and I thought to myself, like, damn, basketball, although I really enjoy it and I really want to play it, if I'm being treated like that in my own home court, should I even continue? Right? Should I still play the sport that I really enjoy? And I really considered quitting. But little did I know that entire experience kind of lit a fire under me. And I started going on YouTube and watching a ton of basketball tutorial videos. I started to learn how to make a layup on YouTube, and I have fond memories of watching Expert Village and Howcast. And I had this virtual basketball coach who would teach me how to make a layup, or teach me how to shoot a free throw, and how to shoot proper form. Right? And I would watch this religiously on a day-to-day basis, and what I started doing was I started to go about an hour earlier than when these kids would come out, when the other high school kids would come out. So I'll go at around 4 under the burning sun in Malaysia, and I'll just practice what I watched the night before, whether it's training to do a layup or shooting, whatever it is. And I'll spend an hour just training and practicing. And then when the kids come, I would just play with them again and again. Obviously, I wouldn't get the ball. Maybe I'll get to touch it more than once this time, but it was still the same thing. So I did that for over a year, and over time, I started getting better. I started to learn how to play the game. I started to fall even more in love with the game. And around the time when I was 16, 17, I went into a new high school, and I made the basketball team. I was able to play and represent my school, and it was just a crazy amount of growth in terms of basketball just within a year. And the best part about it is the people in that neighborhood, the people who never used to pass the ball to me, are some of my closest friends in my neighborhood today, and we still play basketball till this day together. You see, this isn't a basketball motivation video getting you guys to go out to start picking up basketball, nor is it trying to tell you that I'm like the best basketball player ever. But basketball taught me an important lesson. You see, in life, when we're presented with hardship, when people are not giving you the time of day, or when you're prevented from doing something that you really, really love, you have 2 choices. The first is to just give up, take the easy way out, and just stop doing it altogether, right? Safer that way, right? But the other choice is is to really put your head down and put in as much work, as much time as you possibly can to actually achieve the thing that you want to achieve. It would have been really easy to just give up and forget that I ever touched a basketball and just live my life that way. But then I knew that I really enjoyed the sport, and it was something that I really enjoyed. So in my head and in my sort of mindset, it was worth it for me to learn and put in the work and the time to be better and to do better so that I can do the thing, which is basketball, and play the sport that I really love. You see, at the end of the day, it really comes down to two choices. Number one is to just give up and pretend nothing ever happened and try to forget the fact that you really want to do this one thing. Or you could put in work and put your head down and work your ass off, not to prove the haters wrong, but to prove that you can do anything if you put your mind to it. So what are you going to choose? Alright, we've come to the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Again, Apologue's vision is to help people around the world to better identify their purpose so that they can accelerate their growth and live a more fulfilling life. If you haven't yet, make sure you like us, make sure you subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. My name is James Lau, and I'll see you in the next one.